Well, I have now learned something very important about Foot Guy. He's obviously a morning person. I shut my phone off, but I had a message from him. You awake? It was 7:30 in the fucking morning. I had just gone to bed like at 5 or a little before 5, 4:30, something like that. It was 7:30 in the morning. Holy shit. So, we have learned something very important about Foot Guy. He's obviously a morning person. As you guys know, I am not even remotely a morning person. Okay? For him, if I knew ahead of time, that's the key, ahead of time, I would make an exception. Not that early, but when we first hooked up, it was like 10:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? Remember, I have to go by the bus schedule, too. Yeah, he called me at 7:30 in the morning in response to that message I shared with you guys, you know, that I'm aching to whatever. Remember, people, I have zero vested interest in this, and what that means is it's all on him. I'm ready to do this shit, but it's all on him. If it has to be something you want to do that particular day too. I told you I fasted yesterday. I obviously, from picking out the day before, and because just when I got off that 3-day fast, you automatically put back on like 2 or 3 pounds out of, you know, because it's water weight. So I had definitely gained back weight because I fasted yesterday, and today I was 165.2. And at the end of my 3-day fast that I did, as you guys know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last week, I was 164.4. And I picked out on Monday, I fasted Tuesday, and now I'm 165.2. So that's that. Yeah, he called me at 7. If I know ahead of time, if we plan it, I'll go to bed early, I'll get my ass up, you know. But if I know he's not working, I don't know that he wants to call me that early in the morning. Are you kidding me? I was sound asleep. I woke up at, I just looked at the time that he called right now. I'm like, I wonder what time he called. I was up at 10:30. But unfortunately, I ate some shit I shouldn't have eaten, breaking my fast, and now I don't feel good. So that, me not feeling good is certainly not conducive to get together with a Foot Guy. Again, I have zero vested interest, you know? I want to do it, so let's do this shit. But it has to be right for both of us, and if he's calling me at 7:30 in the morning and then I called him at 12 and haven't heard back from him, well, you know. Anyway, I'll tell you what I wrote to him. You already know well, some of you know. I just took a shower and bath. I just took a bath and shower. I'm all clean and soft and aching to feel you wet, tongue leaking all over my feet and sucking on my toes, okay? That I left at 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed about 4:30, maybe a little bit later, okay? Then I got from him this morning a very simple, you awake, and it was at 7:30 in the morning. You're fucking kidding me? No, I'm not awake at 7:30 in the morning. Okay? So, then I sent some messages today and haven't heard back from him. Okay. I sent to him, just woke up, had to handle some pain in the ass shit crap regarding my mom's meds. I have to eat. Are we going to do this shit or what? I really need to relieve some stress. Live out loud. Sent that at 11:34 a.m. today. And then, since I haven't heard back from him, I sent this. I rarely get up early, but would get up much earlier than usual if you gave me reason to ahead of time in caps. Like tomorrow, for instance, laugh out loud, sent at 12:30. I haven't heard from him, so it looks like we're not doing this today. Plus, my tummy's bothering me a little bit. So let me elaborate on the med situation. My mom gets her meds once a month. At one point, when I went to California, she got confused with her meds and was thinking that aspirin that she had put into her side effect medication bottle, her Cogentin bottle, and some of you know this if you watched that video, it was actually her Cogentin changed. And when I came back, I was gone for almost like 2 weeks. When I came back and I realized what she was doing, she's like, no, that's Cogentin. It's in the Cogentin bottle. Mom, I really don't think this is Cogentin. And then we got new Cogentin, and lo and behold, it wasn't Cogentin. Okay? She had stuck it in the bottle, and that should tell you something. She had stuck it in the bottle and then was assuming because it was in the bottle that's what it was. And she had done it, not me. Now, at one point, she's on 5 medications. At one point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take away everything extra, everything, whatever, and you're only going to have these 5 bottles of your meds, so you don't get confused about anything. I did that, and everything should have been fine. And I know she was out of certain meds before. We did have extra, because when she goes in the hospital, we did have some extra. Okay. When she goes into the hospital, you wind up with extra because she doesn't have it while she's in there and whatnot. I don't know what's going on now. She has extra pills. I said, how do you have all this extra flufenazine, Prolixin? And I know your insurance only pays once a month for your meds. Well, you know what? I got the truth out of her, and she had hinted around at it before, but it wasn't. I wondered why there was no. I check her pills every week. I wonder why there was nothing in the middle. She takes 10 milligrams of Prolixin flufenazine, is the official name. Or maybe one's the generic one, it doesn't matter. In the afternoon. Remember, she goes twice a week to that place she hangs out at. She's gone all day long. She goes other places sometimes where she's gone, okay? The reason she has so much extra, because I was asking her, you just got this new bottle, but this is from a month ago. She's like, I don't look at the dates. I'm like, Mama, I look at the dates, and I can see you have way too much extra. Have you been taking it in the afternoon? Well, sometimes I forget. Oh, people, I make sure she takes her meds at night. I check to see. I was just assuming that, of course, I'm not around. Sometimes I'm sleeping, or I'm not here, or, she's not here. I was trusting that she was taking her morning and afternoon meds. Okay? Apparently it's the afternoon she has trouble remembering. I didn't know that. I called her psychiatrist today, so condone, what's the word? Condone. I'm sorry, you should commend me for that, okay? Any of you who are upset with me about the trazodone thing, I mentioned that too. I didn't get to talk to her. I left a message about the flufenazine and about the trazodone, okay? Because to her, this is her childlike. It's like, well, it's not. I'm like, Mom, you've been forgetting to take your afternoon flufenazine. She's like, well, I haven't had any. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm like, I know, Mom, but you can't do that. I can call and remind her. I didn't know. I'm assuming if she takes it with her. And she's like, well, it's only twice a week. I'm like, twice a week adds up to a lot for months. I know she was right up to par where she would run out and get more. Now she has a lot of extra. Not tons, but enough for me to know. I'm like, think about it. If she's forgetting to take it in the afternoon 2 to 3 times, we're talking 8 to 12 pills a month. That's times the past 3 months since I got back in September. I got back a very few days into September, October, November. See, she's been forgetting probably at least twice a week to take her afternoon pill. maybe more times. Remember when I noticed it not in there, she's like, I take it with me. Yeah, you know what happens? She puts it in the container to take it with her, but she fills it for the whole week. I know what's happening. Then, because it's not in her regular pill case, first of all, when she takes it with her, she might or might not remember to take it, right? But then, when it's out of sight, out of mind, it's in a separate thing. She forgets to take it when she's home here. Get it? She's forgetting to take it. I let her psychiatrist know it's the best I can do, people. I'm not, I didn't know. I'm not, as I've said, I'm not responsible for her, but I did tell her. I told her therapist, or psychiatrist, whatever, nurse practitioner, psychiatrist, the one who, writes the prescription for the meds and whatnot. She's been forgetting. I had no idea. And it's important for her to take that afternoon med, I guess, to keep her stabilized throughout the day. She's been forgetting to take it. And as for the trazodone, you guys who got mad at me are right. If she's been taking 25 milligrams for about a year, she shouldn't just cut it in half because she feels like it. And start taking half. And since I'm always up, I've noticed. I said, Mom, you're going to be seeing her in a couple of weeks. You're going to have to go back. I shouldn't have had you do that. Not that I did it. Again, my mom chose to do it, but, I told her you need to start taking that 25 milligrams again until you talk to your psychiatrist, okay? I explained why you want to go off it cold turkey, why you want to reduce it down to not go take it at all, and see what she says. I have noticed that she, when she was on it, she wasn't waking up, and since I'm up, I know when she wakes up, she's waking up too much in the night. I'm like, Mom, remember you went off this trazodone, you cut it in half, but you said, I said, well, we're going to monitor you and see if it affects you at all, and I've noticed you're waking up more than you need to sleep. I'm thirsty. But, Mom, first of all, then if you're waking up thirsty, you're not drinking enough during the day, like I try to encourage you to drink, so you're waking up thirsty, you're dehydrated. And the thing is, if you were in a deep sleep, you wouldn't wake up thirsty or have to go to the bathroom or anything, because you used to only wake up once in the night. I know, because I was up on my computer and I would hear you. Now it's like 2 or 3 times, and that's not good. That means that she's not sleeping deeply, now that she's cut back with trazodone. So she's like, but I'm more alert during the day. I'm like, yeah, well, you work technically when you. That must be him. Technically, when you drink coffee, you're more alert. It's him, because who else would it be? It can only be him or Selena or a mistake. Yeah, it's him. If I had heard from him, like I said, if I had heard, I called him, and if I had texted him, he texted me right back, and I talked to him, I wouldn't have eaten that stuff that made me feel a little icky. So it's either tomorrow or next week. Can't do it Friday. And I'm actually exhausted because I woke up and wanted to go back to bed, and then I was dealing with that shit with her meds. And why do you have all these pill bottles? What's going on? I had you down to your 5, which is all you should have. And then I'm looking, and I'm like, why does she have all these extra pills? They gave them to me at the front, Mom, but they don't. You must have had extra. These are from last month. How do you have so many extra? He wish she wasn't taking them. She wasn't taking them. They're not the fluflanazine. Unfortunately, I didn't know. When it comes to someone in meds and whatnot, if I wasn't here, nobody would know. I can only do the best I can do. Now that I know she needs a reminder, I'll remind her. When she, I didn't know. I bet she forgets all the time to take her Fifth Wednesday in the afternoon. That's how she has so many extra. Because it's hard to remember to take anything in the afternoon. I feel for her. Night, you do it right before your bed. Morning, you do it breakfast. How do you remember to take it in the afternoon? You can say, well, you do it at lunch. Yeah, but I don't know. A lot of times she's not home. A lot of times she's not home, and for whatever reason, and you know what I mean? And nobody eats lunch at a certain time. Most people don't. She doesn't eat lunch. She eats lunch at all different times. I don't know. I don't know. I need to go back to bed, though. I just realized how sleepy I am. Sorry, fuck guy, you didn't get back to me in time. I'm not even going to look at his message. I'm going to shut my phone off. I suddenly don't feel good. I do want to tell you guys one more thing, though. I want to show you. I said to my mom today, because I hadn't looked at the bag. Now I'm looking at it. Omar put his head through that. Oh my, what is wrong with that dog? Again, if some, I said, Mom, I said, that really happened the other night, didn't it? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm just joking around. I know it happened, but I'm like, I didn't dream it, right? Because I got the bag out. Because I actually need to, I'm going to return 2 sweaters to Macy's. They were my mother's least favorite when I modeled that night. I modeled for you, I modeled for her. I don't need that many sweaters. I'm going to return 2 of them. It doesn't matter if they're cheap. I don't need so many sweaters. You know what I mean? Return 2 of them. I'm not crazy about them anyway. I found ones the other day when I went with my mama, and I liked those sweaters better. So keep those. Get rid of these 2, and I've already returned that expensive zippered one. I cannot believe Omar put his head through there and then jumped down with his head on it, like I said, attached to the heavy bag with 5 sweaters in it. I wouldn't have felt responsible, because I can't predict every little thing that dog was going to do. It wasn't I wouldn't knit my sweaters. We had come home. You know, you come home, you have bags of clothes or whatever. I put him on the couch, getting ready to fed him because he'd been in the bathroom for the day, you know. And just winding down a little bit, getting ready to walk him. And that's when he did it. Unfucking believable. Just now, I put it, just for a second, I was just seeing, I'm like, your head really fit through that? And you jumped down, oh my God. I showed my mom, like, his head actually fit through this. She's like, I know. It's ridiculous, I know. She sees it, it's ridiculous, that dog. He put his head through the fucking hole in the bag. And then jumped down, attached to the bag, jumped down off the couch. He could have been seriously hurt. I told my mom he could have been seriously hurt, I told you guys, and I stand by it. I can't predict every little thing that dog's going to do. I would have not felt responsible. I would have been devastated if something serious had happened to him. But I wouldn't have felt responsible, because there were 2 bags on the couch. Look at that. You see it, Omar. This hole is not that. He stuck his head, basically the bags were just sitting there like this. He actually put his head through this. Lord knows why. Remember, it's not like he smells food. There was no food. There was just friggin' sweaters. Sweaters like these 2 that I'm returning. Okay, but this is only 2. Only 2, and they're heavy. They're heavy. I could lift them. There's 5 in this bag. I don't know what it weighs. I'm actually going to probably stick 3 more sweaters in this bag some other time and weigh them on my scale and tell you. He jumped down off the couch with the bag around his head, and he was fine. happened just in such a brief moment. You don't even know, people. You don't even know. Probably came home, stuck the bags on the couch, went to the bathroom, took my coat off, whatever. I mean, he did it, and I turn around, and it's in midway, it's happening. And I'm like, oh my God, what do you do? It's like, and my mom saw it too. I mean, it was like a split-second thing, and the friggin' bag, he's on the ground, he's jumped down from the couch with the bag attached to him. And I took the bag off, and I mean, he was fine, but this is only 2 sweaters. It's heavy. I guess the guardian angel was watching over him because that was heavy and that could have... It's not that high up. You know, nobody's couch is that high up. A guardian angel or just... But it was around his neck, and I mean... I said, you can't predict every little thing. You just can't. I would have never, ever predicted that any dog would do that. It's not that big of a hole. It's like this big. It's like his head barely fits through that. He did that, and then, okay, it's one thing if you do that, but you realize you're attached to this bag and you're going to jump down off the couch attached to the bag. Are you that dumb? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see it happen, obviously. I didn't see him stick his head through the bag, and then I would have stopped him before he jumped down. I only saw it, like, I saw it when it was too late, when it was already midway, when I'm like, shit, oh my God. And then my mom looked. And then I'm like, look, Mom, the bag's attached to his head. He just jumped up the couch. And she's like, I know. It was just like we were in shock. Shock. I think that little dog is strong. I mean, he's puppy, I told you. Not the long ones, but the pull chairs that sit up. You're going to think a puppy can't drag one of those chairs. And he did. He actually... I don't think I was out there. I was doing something else, but then I probably came out again as it was happening. Donald was cleaning the pool, doing whatever. He's on the other side. He had attached Omar to the chair by his leash, and nobody thinks that the dog can get away. No. The dog dragged the chair and jumped into the pool with the chair following him, and we had to save him because now he's in the pool attached to the friggin' pool chair when he was a puppy. Who would have thought that would happen? Again, can't predict it. Something serious that happened to the dog, it's nobody's fault. It's just dumb, bad luck. Same with him sticking his head through that small hole and then jumping down. He'd be fine if he simply stuck his head through the hole and cried and stayed there, and then I took the bag off and said, no, he jumps down off the couch like that. What an idiot. He's lucky his neck didn't snap. I mean, oh my God. That kind of shit scares me because it's unpredictable. It's just unpredictable. You know? It's unpredictable. Like, you can do your best you can do. You know, the leash isn't on him in the house ever again anymore. You don't have to worry about my mom falling asleep on his leash and him snapping his neck. Jumping down off the couch because he's lying there with her because he loves to be with her. He's on her lap right now, just watching TV. But you can't predict your little puppy's going to be strong enough to drag a friggin' chair you've attached his leash to, and he's going to drag it to the edge and then jump into the pool trying to get to you, and then the chair's in there with him. You know what I mean? We had to save him. Donald went in and saved him. I mean, now he was trying. I remember because I came after when it was at the end of it happening. It was like I probably watched it. It was too late. You know, the pool's all gated, but I did see it. I saw him in the friggin' water, attached to the friggin' chair, and obviously trying to stay afloat, swim. I don't think pugs swim very good anyway, but he's just a little puppy, and now he's trying to swim attached to a fucking pool chair. that he had dragged. Remember, pool chairs don't sit right by the friggin' edge of the pool. Obviously, when Donald attached him, the chair was back, and Donald went to do other stuff. Okay? The dog shouldn't have been out by the pool area anyway, but that's another story. So, but anyway, yeah. And next thing you know, he's dragged the friggin' chair to the edge of the pool and jumped in, you know, trying to get to Donald on the other side or whatnot. And he's in the friggin' water with the chair attached to him. And trying to swim. And yes, I did see it, and no, I'm not lying. You can't make this shit up any more than you can make up that shit. The hole's this big, okay? Granted, it does fit over Omar's neck, but why would the dog's that stupid? How do animals survive in the wild? He's that stupid that he put his head through that thing, and instead of sitting there and waiting to be saved and crying or whatnot, he's going to jump down with it attached. I usually say Omar's a smart dog, but that was a dumb thing he did. That's a dumb thing he did a couple days ago, a couple nights ago. Monday night we got home. The fucking mall. I don't know what he said. How much do you want to make a bet? He wants to do it today, and now I can't. Now it's too late. I'm too tired. I had stressful things happen with my mom. I ate that hummus, that garlic hummus. He wrote, I'm pretty flexible. Alright, baby, how about tomorrow? Tomorrow. My breakfast up to. How about tomorrow? I don't feel up to today. My breakfast. My breakfast upset my tummy. Breakfast upset my tummy, and I went through some stressful shit with my mama, and I And I went through some stressful shit with my mama. I have to shut this off. She's on the phone. I don't know what she's going to